I believe most of you already know this Easter egg. It is about radio broadcasting in the Astral Express. For those who don't know, there is a radio in the main hall in the Express that we can turn on. This radio will then be immediately active and we will hear broadcasts from Inter-Astral Peace Corporation, which give us some juicy information to talk about, especially the next planet we might encounter along the journey. But hey, that is not the only thing this broadcast tell us. There are more. Let's discuss the content they have, and I will give my own analysis to certain parts of the broadcast, including our next possible destination.
Welcome to the Inter-Astral Peace Broadcast. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
As Klapoth the Preservation's giant hammer slowly descends, its strike echoes among the stars with a deafening clamor.
The Intelligentsia Guild's Astral Ecology School has declared the official end of 2157 AE and the start of 2158 AE.
In this new era, the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation will continue to wholeheartedly support the peaceful coexistence and commercial prosperity of all residents in the galaxy.
The IPC will remain true to its sole creed upon which it was founded, to dedicate everything to the Amber Lord.
For starters, we still don't have any idea on who these two narrators are. Whether they are NPC or playable characters are still unknown. Nevertheless, these two voices are really nice. There are two big announcements that are contained in this broadcast. Firstly, talking about the calendar update. The vast majority in the galaxy use the Amber Era as their main calendar system. This calendar system is introduced and popularized by the IPC. The Amber Era begins with the birth of Eon Klapoth, and the duration of each calendar period is defined by the time it takes for Klapoth to swing their hammer during the construction of the world in the universe. As the interval is determined in this manner, the length of a single Amber Era can be variative, which makes the narrative and events in the game more blurred and confusing to a certain degree. Why, HoYo first? Why do you do this to us? It is estimated that one Amber Era spans between 76 and 240 years of Trailblaze. The Trailblaze calendar itself is a calendar system utilized by Astral Express and originates from Pegana, the home planet of Akivili. This calendar closely resembles the Gregorian calendar, suggesting that it can be considered the same as the human Earth calendar. Presently, within the game, it has transitioned into a new Amber Era, designated as 2158 AE. Taking this into consideration, it is estimated that the birth of Klapoth occurred approximately 164,008 to 517,920 years ago in the Earth human calendar. Fortunately, the Intelligentsia Guild diligently observed and tracked the motion of Klapoth's hammer swing, promptly reporting the conclusion or continuation of each Amber Era.
Let's take a moment to look back at some of the biggest happenings in 2157 AE.
The mysterious phenomenon known as Stellaron corrosion continues to propagate. Stellarons have blocked travel between civilizations since 2147 AE, and they shattered the union of the worlds that were once united under the path of the Amber Lord.
For the entirety of the past 10 Amber Eras, the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation has never given up on our hope of reconnecting the worlds.
With the Intelligentsia Guild's ardent support, we have begun developing technologies to bypass Stellaron corrosion. Experiments conducted across 113 galaxies have shown promising results.
In the second announcement, there have been many major events that have taken place in 2157 AE, both good and bad. Based on the information we have gotten, Stellaron phenomenon have occurred since 2147 AE, which means Stellaron have been blocking travel between galactic civilization for 11 AE long, or about 792 to 2640 years in human Earth calendar. This gives us a rough idea that Stellaron is relatively new, not something that already exists at the beginning of Eon. which indicates that despite its meaning, cancer of all worlds, Stellaron might be the result of something big, like the remains of aeons, or huge experimental leaking like weapons of mass destruction. I would not be surprised if there is a faction that did a suspicious experiment and the result was the Stellaron. But regardless, currently in the game, Stellaron is suspected to be closely related to the path of destruction. Whether this is true or not still needs further investigation. On the brighter side, IPC and the Intelligentsia Guild are working together, developing technology that can reduce or even eliminate the influence of Stellaron phenomenon. The experiments have been carried out on 113 existing galaxies, and are believed to have shown promising results. Well, if this report is true, then let's hope we will be able to see what that technology can do for our next encounter with Stellaron.
The galaxy is vast, yet we are not alone. The Astral Express, once piloted by the fallen Eon Akivili the Trailblaze, has embarked on its journey once again.
These young Nameless claim to have inherited the will of Akivili and will re-establish the access routes between the stars, recreating the first prosperity from 990 Amber eras ago.
On behalf of the Interastral Peace Corporation, we wish the best of luck to the Trailblazers of the Astral Express.
From the statement, we learn that it is highly probable that the IPC has established contact with the Express predecessor, known as the Nameless, ensuring that the IPC is informed about Akivili's current journey. This implies that the IPC is implicitly involved in closely monitoring every aspect of Akivili's journey. Apart from that, we also get information that Akivili and the Nameless journey begin in 990 AE, which means that Akivili's journey has taken 1168 AE, or around 84,096 to 280,320 years. If this calculation is correct, and assuming that the members of the Express are ordinary human Earth beings with an average age of 73 years, then there has been a substitution of 1,152 to 3,840 members, which is quite a lot and indicates that the current number of members is very small.
While the residents of the galaxy are plagued by the Stellarons, a new evil organization called the Stellaron Hunters has been stirring up trouble.
As we previously discussed on our program, the Stellaron Hunters illegally gained access to planet Scrulum, which is under the purview of the Genius Society, and clashed with the head of the planet, Scrulum.
Our latest reports suggest that the criminal group has recently been spotted on the Xianzhou Luofu. The IPC's Special Commissioner to the Alliance has contacted General Jing Yuan of the Luofu to verify this information. We have yet to receive a response.
The Stellaron Hunters have committed many significant crimes. Any one of their members has the power to destroy a planet, and it remains uncertain which Eon the group is loyal to. They are classified as extremely dangerous terrorists.
If you encounter anyone suspected of being a Stellaron Hunter, please contact the IPC immediately, and do not act on your own. Anyone who provides useful information will be substantially rewarded.
If we look back, information about Stellaron Hunter having illegally gained access to planet Scrolum, the planet where Scrolum, member number 76 of the Genius Society, came from, implicitly recalls the information we got at the beginning of the game, where Silverwolf was reported to have confronted Scrolum in her hacking action. To put note here, planet Scrolum could also be one of the candidates to our next destination after the Luofu. But for now, the probability of it is still low, unless Scrolum in version 1.1 gives us more further information. On the other side, the IPC seems to keep tracking every movement of Stellaron Hunter. This is shown by the fact that the IPC is aware of Stellaron Hunter's existence in Xianzhou Luofu, and the IPC Special Commissioner had tried to contact General Jing Yuan to confirm the truth of the matter. Unfortunately, the contact had yet to receive a reply. This could have happened because Silverwolf was blocking Luofu's communication channel, Or it could be that General Jingyuan didn't want the IPC to interfere with the internal problem of the Luofu. Regardless, there is a possibility that the IPC would send one of their subordinates to the Luofu in the further patch, either as a spy or as their representative. This holds significant importance as this IPC expressed deep concern regarding the activities of the Stellaron Hunter, as they exert direct influence over intergalactic trade and the overall economy of the universe. It is crucial to bear in mind that security and connectivity play vital roles in transaction. Thus, if the issue concerning the Stellaron Hunter remains unresolved for an extended period, it has the potential to diminish the power and influence of the IPC. Lastly, according to IPC, if one of the members of the Stellaron Hunter is believed to have the power of destroy planets, this information still needs to be confirmed because so far, Kafka, Blade, and Silverwolf have shown no sign that they have that much power. So yeah, I wonder if we would meet another member of Stellaron Hunter beside those trio.
Meanwhile, many factions have received an invitation to Penacony, the planet of festivities. This is the first time that the family in Penacony has openly sent formal invitations to all galactic factions.
The Interastral Peace Corporation is among the factions invited. The head of the Strategic Investment Department, Diamond, has stated that we will carefully examine the purpose behind this gesture and respond to it in a positive and friendly manner.
We look forward to having all galactic factions join together to protect our homelands and defend against the invasion of evil forces.
Aside from that statement, Penacony was actually a planet that used to be under the IPC surveillance and made it into a prison planet or penal colony. Unfortunately, ever since Stellaron phenomenon occurred, IPC lost control over Penacony, and somehow Penacony, the prison planet where the IPC criminal reside in, instead aligned with Sipe and became part of the family. I personally have no idea how this could happen. The criminal on that planet drastically changed 180. Does it indicate how powerful Sipe or the family is? Who knows? Fun fact, according to Welt's statement as relayed by Himeko, the Express had originally intended to make a stop at Penacony following Jarilo 6 in response to that invitation letter. However, due to Kafka intervention, the Express changed its course and headed towards Luofu instead. This opens up the possibility that later, Penacony would become the Express' next destination after the Luofu. Maybe for the future patch, I hope so. Furthermore, the IPC response to the invitation letter could potentially initiate a series of issues at Penacony, because it is crucial to recall that Penacony was formerly under jurisdiction of the IPC. This raised the possibility of the IPC indirectly investigating or seeking to regain control over Penacony. If this speculation becomes true, then well, our next journey would be more juicy and chaotic than in the Luofu.
The Lord Ravager Zephyro was spotted at the Tianua Galaxy. According to the morning actors, that galaxy has been completely destroyed.
The Antimatter Legion is ravaging through the galaxy and has caused countless calamities. The IPC would like to remind everyone to remember the significance of the preservation.
Any planet with a telepathy beacon can obtain from the IPC free copies of the Interastral Peace Guide, written by the architects. At the beginning of 2158 AE, the Interastral Peace Corporation would like to proudly announce that the famous scientist, Madame Herta of the Genius Society, has officially committed to a long-term alliance and cooperative relationship with the IPC.
Madame Herta is the third genius of the Erudition to partner with the IPC, after member number 22, Aiden, and member number 56, Elias Salas. The corporation stands united with Madame Herta to protect the Amber Lord's universe.
And this is the end of our broadcast. Please tune in for our next episode. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Based on that information, now we have gained more idea how strong the Emanator can be. If the Emanator from destruction has the power to destroy the galaxy, I wonder about other Emanators from the other path. Is it similar, or do they possess other abilities outside physical strength? Perhaps mental manipulation, or digital manifestation, or else that could be beyond our imagination. Speaking of telepathy beacons, there is a possibility that this telepathy beacon is an upgrade version of synesthesia beacons, the work of Elias Salas, member number 56 of the Genius Society, which form the basis of modern cosmic communication. If this speculation is true, then telepathy beacon is produced by the Intelligentsia Guild, and Herta hold the patent for this technology. Personally, I am really curious how this cosmic communication actually works. Do they still use electromagnetic waves communication like we do on Earth, or they invent something new? It is important because communication through space, especially within the galaxy and even the vast universe, is really hard. Compared to the light speed, it is barely unnoticeable. So yeah, overall, I really like HoYo first putting this kind of thing in the game, because we can get new lore information just by listening to it, beside the data bank and books which require us to read more. How about you? Do you find any interesting info about this broadcast, or do you have any interesting theory regarding information from it? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. Thank you for watching, HelloZenn here, and I wish you the best for your day.